Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jeanelle Slade.
And I'm Jay Cohn. After 7 years of litigation, the sexual abuse case against the Catholic Diocese of Great Falls Billings has finally come to an end.
The settlement agreed to calls on the church to pay $20 million to the dozens of victims.
86 plaintiffs were part of this lawsuit that accused multiple priests and nuns of sexually abusing children from the 1950s through the 1990s.
Almost half the plaintiffs were represented by the Tamaki Law Office out of Washington. Its press release today states Bishop Michael Warfeld testified that the process used to reach the settlement was just and appropriate.
And one of the lead attorneys for the plaintiff says those who came forward are the ones who deserve the credit for bringing decades of abuse to light.
It will vary between each plaintiff depending on the severity and duration of the abuse. There is an independent adjudicator, Judge Bettinelli, who has been related to many of these type of cases. He will provide the survivors an opportunity to be heard. These folks have paved the way for other claims to be brought forward. The time is now to speak up. So I think if folks are reluctant, they should take courage that their voices will be heard, that their claims will be treated fairly, and hopefully that they will also receive a measure of justice for their pain and for their experiences.
To pay off the $20 million settlement, the diocese will contribute $5 million. The parishes in eastern Montana, $4 million, $2 million from the Catholic Foundation of Eastern Montana, $1 million from the St. Lebre Indian School, and $8 million from Catholic Mutual, the insurance company of the diocese.
Plus, the diocese has also agreed to post a list of all known past and present clergy members who have been identified by victims. They'll be posting that on its website.
The diocese filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in March of 2017, months before jury trials for victims' civil cases were set to begin. And
a year later, the diocese filed to dismiss the bankruptcy. Bishop Warfeld said then that the legal case was simply draining too much of the church resources that could go to victims.
The allegations of abuse also at the forefront in Pennsylvania today. A grand jury investigation accuses hundreds of Roman Catholic priests of abusing more than 1,000 children over a 70-year period.
Prosecutors in that case say that's not counting victims who never came forward. The grand jury also found evidence of a cover-up. Nikki Batiste reports now from Harrisburg.
A grand jury has found evidence of widespread child sexual abuse by Catholic priests in Pennsylvania. Its report also accuses church officials of engaging in a systematic cover-up.
Church officials routinely and purposefully described the abuse as horseplay and wrestling and inappropriate contact. It was none of those things. It was child sexual abuse.
Grand jurors examined 6 of the state's 8 dioceses and identified 301 priests as predators.
Those priests acted as wolves among us, even if they were dressed in sheep's clothing. I am sorry for that.
The grand jury's nearly 900-page report was compiled over the course of an 18-month investigation. While it's full of damning details and information, it's unlikely to result in justice for most of the victims.
Nearly all of the alleged crimes occurred decades ago. Because of the statute of limitations, all but 2 cases are too old to be prosecuted.
No one should be out of reach of the law just because they happen to live a particularly long time. If you raped a child, you should be held accountable in a court of law.
The report prompted expressions of support from churchgoers.
I just hope there's justice for all the victims.
Washington, D.C. Cardinal Donald Worrell was the bishop of Pittsburgh for 18 years. In a statement, he denied shielding abusive priests in the diocese. Nikki Batiste, CBS News, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
That Pennsylvania grand jury also called on the state lawmakers there to stop shielding child sexual predators and to amend their statute of limitations.
The flames burning through Glacier National Park have now consumed more than 2,600 acres, along with decades and decades of history reduced to ash. Now, tonight, Glacier officials assessing the destruction as the Howe Ridge fire burns on near Lake McDonald. The lightning-sparked fire has settled down significantly over the past 24 hours, but smoke blankets the Glacier Park horizon. Now, the air is so smoky that the Montana Department of Environmental Quality says no one should be outdoors in that area. As today's moderate temperatures slow the fire's growth, firefighters are now focusing their attention on smaller fire starts in the Lake McDonald area. 60 personnel are assigned to the fire, but more assistance from the air is now on the way. Evacuation orders are still in place for the entire Lake McDonald complex, and going to the Sun Road remains closed from Lake McDonald to Logan Pass. For some property owners, there's a little relief in knowing their homes are still standing, but there's no knowing how long that level of security will last. For one man, his cabin just one of the few that survived in his compound.
Now, some of the buildings that did burn were historic structures built before Glacier was even established as a national park. Officials say it's really a heartbreaking time in Glacier. Many of the structures lost to the flames were in Kelly's Camp and in the Wheeler complex. Both areas are on the National Register of Historic Places. 7 private residences and outbuildings were lost at Kelly's Camp, as well as the main Kelly's Camp house, plus a second cabin and other structures that were under National Park Service ownership. One of the cabins, though, did survive. Kelly's Camp was homesteaded by Frank and Emmeline Kelly back in 1894, before Glacier even thought of having national park status. By 1931, it had become a popular summer cabin resort, and in the 1960s, those cabins were sold to individual owners. Now, the Wheeler complex, located east of Kelly's Camp, was once owned by famous Montana Senator Burton K. Wheeler, who used it as a summer home dating back to 1916. The National Park Service was able to acquire the property in 2014. There, 3 outbuildings burned, as well as the Wheeler boathouse, but the good news is firefighters were able to save the main Wheeler cabin, even though it did catch fire. The Lake McDonald Ranger Station also was saved in spite of a small fire that firefighters discovered on its roof.
9 lightning-sparked fires on the Northern Cheyenne Reservation mostly calmed down today thanks to the cooler weather, but still not all of those fires are contained.
Now, yesterday, the Wolf Creek fire was only 2 acres in size. Today, it's now 60 acres, but it is 40% contained. A squad of smoke jumpers were brought in to help reinforce the fire lines there. And the now 90-acre Buffalo Springs fire, also 40% contained. It did grow by another 30 acres today. That was since it was first reported late yesterday.
And the Golden Eagle fire has grown around 20 acres to a total of 40, but it's only 20% contained tonight. The crew working that fire was just relocated, so another crew is being brought in to take over soon. Now, Fire Management Officer Adam Wolf says the rain has definitely been on their side in the mop-up efforts.
So we turn our attention now to the weather scene. Bob McGuire, all of our eyes are burning and we're coughing with all this smoke, and we're not even seeing the worst of it.
No, wait till you see. I got a new graphic that shows the new smoke plumes, and oh my goodness, it is bad. Let me show you what it looks like, though, at Lake McDonald. This was taken at 8 o'clock this evening, and you'll notice you can't even see the north end of the lake. This was taken from the south end by Apgar Village, so very smoky there. And of course, we have air quality warnings till 8 o'clock on Wednesday morning. Obviously, the reason being the particulates are starting to trend upward. There's a lot of smoke, a lot of ash in the air, a lot of parts of trees and stuff that just have been caught up in the fire. And as you see here, this is what's happening. As far as air quality in the northwest corner of the state, it is virtually unhealthy up there. Everywhere else, it's either moderate to good air quality. Bozeman seems to have the best right now. They have some good air quality there. Yellowstone Park is also unhealthy this time. Look at the smoke plume, though. It's all gone from dense and heavy all the way across Montana. Southwestern corner of the state, it's really bad. Here in the Billings area, it's also bad, but it's getting that way across the eastern edge of the state. It's only going to get worse in the days to come. We'll have more about that in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Bob. Park County search and rescue crews looking for a missing hiker in the Crazy Mountains near the Cave Lake area tonight. Shortly after 10 o'clock Monday night, Park County received a report of a hiker who was late in returning. The 39-year-old man from Michigan is a volunteer with the Rocky Mountain Goat Alliance on a project with Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks. Over in Sweetgrass County, deputies confirm his vehicle was found at the trailhead where he was last seen. The search continued this morning with assistance from the air, but that search was unsuccessful. More searches on the ground did not provide any leads. Operations have been suspended for the evening and will start again in the morning. The terrain is very rugged and dangerous.
Wyoming's primary election concludes 1 week from tonight as voters decide who will advance to Wyoming's general election in November. Among the high-profile contests, the Wyoming's governor's race, where no less than 6 Republican candidates are vying for their party's nomination. Incumbent Governor Matt Mead, who has served 2 terms, is term limited. And there are 2 Democrats vying for their party's nomination for governor. Now, of the past 10 governors in Wyoming, 5 have been Democrats, 5 have been Republicans. At the federal level, Congresswoman Liz Cheney is facing challenges from 2 other Republicans, while 2 Democrats are vying for their party's nod. And U.S. Senator John Barrasso is facing no less than 5 candidates in his bid for re-election. The victor will advance to face Democrat Gary Trauner in the fall. Now, the polling places in Wyoming open on Election Day, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and absentee ballots have to be received by the county clerk no later than 7 p.m. on Election Day, delivered either by mail or in person.
Coming up on tonight's 10 o'clock news, we'll bring you the latest on the tragedy in Italy after a massive bridge collapse.
Plus, Q2 got up close and personal with the fair this year. We'll check out how in a moment.
And later in sports, multitasking just got a lot more intense. See if you are up to the challenge.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.